getting dirt blown in their face. It's not a pleasant experience.
Now, I have a confession to make.
I haven't seen it.
Get ready, get set. It's a first look with the Oh Brother Podcast.
Welcome back to another First Look with the Oh Brother Podcast. Mike, we're back. We're going to do a first look on Furiosa,
which is a prequel to Mad Max Fury Road, which starred Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy, who apparently did not get along too well.
So well on the set, yeah. Furiosa, it's actually, the full title is Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. So you can imagine this is setting up maybe a trilogy of films, perhaps. As per usual, don't know anything about this. It's due out May 24th, 2024. It just says the origin story of renegade warrior Furiosa before her encounter and team up with Mad Max.
Right, and it's not played by Charlize Theron. It's a younger actor.
Yes, yeah, we'll see that
Taylor.
in the trailer. Well, we'll get into that.
I forget her name.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Whatever you have to do. However long it takes. Promise me you'll find your way home. Furiosa. Give me this promise.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
The darkest of angels. The question is, do you have it in you to make it epic?
Now, was that, do you have it in you to make it epic? Was that Chris Hemsworth delivered that line?
I think so.
Because he definitely, there's a prosthetic nose going on there.
Yeah.
It is. So let me run down just kind of the main cast. You mentioned, is it Anya Taylor-Joy?
I think Anna.
Does she go by Anna? Okay.
Yeah.
Plays, of course, Furiosa. Chris Hemsworth is Dementis. Charlie Fraser, Angus Sampson, Tom Burke, and Nathan Jones. It goes on, but I would say those are probably the main players there.
Some of the same old characters, maybe not the same actors, but the same old characters from, typical Mad Max movies. Now, I've heard a lot of critics, some that I really respect, call Mad Max Fury Road a perfect movie.
Now, I have a confession to make.
I haven't seen it.
No, I've seen a lot of it.
Uh-huh.
I don't think, actually, I think I did see it from start to finish, but it's been
a while,
just post-pandemic or something. But I'm fairly confident to say I've not seen all of the other Mad Max films in their entirety, Thunderdome and the original.
Right, I've seen them all.
Yeah. Now, do you know who wrote and directed this one?
I was going to say George Miller.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Who, of course, did the originals. And we ran down the cast. It says the release date is May 24th. I think I mentioned that just before we took a look at it.
Okay.
So this looks, it looks very much in keeping with the previous.
Yeah.
As you would suspect if Miller's attached to it. It's just, again, I think we talked about this with Monarch as well, but the sci-fi, like that just doesn't really pull at me. I'm not super into that genre. So I think for me, I'm probably not the best person to comment on it. So like your take, because you're big into that.
Well,
and you've been a Mad Max fan, I think.
Yeah, since the first one, when they dubbed Mel Gibson's voice because they thought his accent was too strong. But I have both versions of that. I liked Fury Road. I wouldn't call it a perfect movie, but I don't know if you got the numbers in front of you, Dan, but I think they're really high, like critic numbers and Rotten Tomatoes numbers, for lack of any other site. But
well, for this, no, because it's not out yet.
Yeah, no, I was talking for the last
Fury
one.
Road.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right.
But I also heard that Tom Hardy is definitely coming back to play Mad Max again.
Probably in the sequel to this film, I would guess.
Yeah, like it would be interesting for me if they ended it with Charlize Theron. But the likelihood of them two working together, and I think what happened, they're out in the desert, getting dirt blown in their face. It's not a pleasant experience. They were probably not in the greatest of moods, and maybe they've patched things up since then. I don't know.
Fury Road's got a Metascore of 90.
See?
Yeah, and let's see, since we're diving into it for a minute.
Rarely do you see a Metascore of 90.
Yeah, and the gross worldwide is over 380 million.
Yeah, so it did good, and
did well.
I liked all the Mel Gibson ones. They weren't. Tina Turner was in the third one, Beyond Thunderdome.
Like we said with Wonka, can you see this Anna Taylor-Joy? Can you see her morphing into Charlize Theron?
Right. Does she look like?
Yeah, because that is a part of it. I mean,
it is.
And again, the little on the fan scale that I'm on with this franchise, that was the first thing that struck me. I said, I think I can kind of buy that just from the look that I was seeing. But
yeah,
that's always part of it for me.
It's interesting too when there was a guy, selling people, obviously, and they're in a cage, and there was one young kid with the Mad Max mask on, and I'm wondering, is he a little kid in this, or I think they were about the same age in Fury Road. But
that's good. Well, that's a good point. Yeah. That would be cool. As kind of alongside of this, you're seeing him develop a little bit. I don't know. And is there enough of Furiosa? Because this is the first time we ever saw Furiosa, I think, was in Fury Road, unless I'm mistaken, and I might be. You might be. That would be interesting to go back. If for those of you watching, if you know that and you're big time fans of this franchise, drop us some comments on the video and let us know. Does Furiosa make an appearance of any kind in any of the previous films? Or is it just, or is the character even referenced? It'd be interesting to know. So, well, all right, there you go. Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. Due out May 24th, 2024. It's going to do it for another First Look with the Your Brother podcast. Been your host, Dan Smith. Alongside me, as always, my brother from the same mother, Mike Smith. And we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.